Probably there's also a story behind that name. And you will see that there are stories behind everything, you know. Like in the ancient times, all people who did not have the technology to explain things had to create ways of explaining things that happened in nature. For example, Greek people, to explain thunder. Do you know how to explain thunder? Greek people? How would you explain thunder to someone? Noise? It's a noise. How would you explain it? Greek people just devised that thunder. There was a god who was angry with the humans, and that was his way of telling it. And exactly. Then, how do you explain rain? Gods were sad and they were crying. So there are ways of explaining things in nature, ways of explaining. In your own religion, you have many ways. You have many myths and legends. So I have here a folk tale. We can begin with the Venezuelan folk tales. We have a folk tale, we have a legend, and we have a myth. Later we're going to discuss what a folk tale does, a myth, and a legend. I want to try to read it loud together. This is a Venezuelan folk tale. Venezuela, as you know, is like in the belt of the Amazon jungle. So it has a very wide variety of animals, of plants, of colorful birds, and so on. Well, all of you saw Rio, right?
Yeah.
Colorful birds and everything. Long ago, all birds in Venezuela were gray. One day, a cormorant bird caught a water snake in the river. The cormorant and some other birds killed the snake. All the birds admired the snake's colors. "I wish my feathers were that colorful," the toucan said. "Why don't you take some of the snake's colors?" the cormorant asked. "Thanks, I think I will," the toucan replied. He picked blue for his eyes, yellow for his chest, and green, red, and yellow for his beak. "You look beautiful," the hummingbird said. "We want to be colorful too." They flew over to the snake and picked a few colors. Other birds also chose colors before flying away. Soon, the cormorant was all alone. "There are no colors left for me," he said sadly. But when he looked again, he found some black and a few white spots for his back. And this is a story of how the birds got their colors. I'm going to show you now. If you allow me, I'm going to show you. Yellow, green, orange, blue, purple. What a colorful bird it is. So this was a way in which the indigenous people of Venezuela explained how the bird got its colors. Birds also took colors. See how beautiful they are? And last, not yet. The cormorant. This is a bird that killed a snake, and he was just left with black and white. So this is what a folk tale explains. It was short, but I hope you like it. Do you like it? Now, do you like scary stories?
Yes.
Do you like to? What kind of? Do you like scary movies?
Yes.
You love them.
Yeah.
But you know that many scary movies, especially those of, I don't remember which ones. They are urban legends, right? What is a legend? Do you know what a legend is?
Legends are like stories that people have said that may or may not be true.
Exactly that. Stories that people tell that may or may not be true. So sometimes they say, don't go that way because something happened, or if you see yourself in a mirror on a moonlight night, you will see, I don't know, the person you're going to
See your future husband. If you see a skeleton, you're dead.
Or scary. They're scary, but it's a legend. So some people do it, and they swear they can see the future husband.
I never tried.
Maybe the people who saw the skeleton did not live enough to tell it. That is a legend. May or may not be true. Generally, may not be true. This is called La Llorona. La Llorona. La Llorona is the word in Spanish. I'll tell you later what it means. This is a story that the old ones have been telling to children for hundreds of years. It is a sad tale, but it is strong in the memories of the people, and there are so many who swear that this is true. Long years ago, in a humble little village, there lived a fine-looking girl named Maria. Typical Spanish name. Some say she was the most beautiful girl in the world. And because she was so beautiful, Maria thought she was better than anyone else. Guys, you know this. As Maria grew older, her beauty increased. And one day, into Maria's village, rode a man who seemed to be just the one she had been talking about. He was a dashing young ranchero, the son of a wealthy rancher from the southern plains. He could ride like a Comanche. In fact, if he owned a horse and it grew tame, he would give it away and go rope a wild horse from the plains. He thought it was a manly. She wouldn't even come to the window. She refused all his costly gifts. The young man fell for her tricks. That haughty girl, Maria, he said to himself, I know I can win her heart. I swear I'll marry that girl. And so everything turned out as Maria planned. Before long, she and the ranchero became engaged, and soon they were married. At first, things were fine. They had 2 children, and they seemed to be a happy family together.
Christianity, Roman Catholic.
Roman Catholic, perfect. Most of the population is Roman Catholic, which is Christian. So they're supposed to believe just in God and what that religion says. In the same way you have your religion. So this was a cult, C-U-L-T. Do you know what a cult is? When people begin to believe in something and they follow. Sometimes cults are really bad because those followers believe everything the leader says, and sometimes the leader just wants their money or something or children. This is the beginning of a cult which is followed in Venezuela. But now the people have transformed that cult into something of a witchcraft. Witchcraft? Witches?
Yes.
So they do like very...
Black magic.
They have turned it into black magic. After I read the story, I will tell you what people do, and it's very scary. They have turned something that was a legend into this. I'm going to read the introduction here. It says, this is just one version of the many myths that have been linked to Maria Leonza. The name of this woman is Maria Leonza, the cult figure from Yaracuy state. It's impossible to know if Maria Leonza was a real historical figure or if the legends refer to an Indian girl from a tribe who lived there nearby the land. People call her La Reina, which means the queen. And they attribute miracles and things. They ask for miracles, and apparently she fulfills the miracles. I'm beginning. You said Yara, or Maria Leonza, as she was known afterwards, was an indigenous princess. She was the daughter of Yaracuy, the chief of the Niver tribe, the granddaughter of Chief Chilua, and the great-granddaughter of Chief Yara, all great warriors and leaders. The birth of Maria Leonza must have occurred around the year 1535. I'll present her like this. Okay? Beautiful woman, you see the green watery eyes, a crown, just like a virgin. Actually, well, she was 22 years alone in the forest. And if you come closer, this is a danta. Do you know that animal? Or a tapir?
Yes.
It's like an elephant with a short trunk.
Yes.
She's riding. She's naked here. She was an indigenous girl. She's riding this danta here. And she's holding like a female pelvis. Pelvis is just the bones from here. So this is in the highway, in between going east and going west, and everybody can see her. And people go there at the risk of being killed.